Okay, so we've probably all, well, I'm hoping everyone's traveled at some point in time. They've gone outside their ordinary environment and dove other places. And I traveled to Mexico. It's not my normal place. It would be in the Playa del Carmen area. And I bring my dry suit because I'm going cave diving, right? And you go to the dive shop, they always take care of you. Like, you can rinse your gear, you can hang it up, and all this stuff like that. I'm like, wow, this is really convenient. Then go out to eat that night, have some beer or whatever, get ready for the next morning, come back, all your gear's right there, take it off, and just, you know, get ready to go to the dive. So that was the normal method. That's how it all started. And then one day, one of the guys that was a tourist, not tourist, when I say tourist, someone visiting, okay, cave diver, did that with all his gear. And we were at one of the dive sites. And I saw the guy walking around. Yeah, no big deal. This big guy, he's like, great dive. And I'm like, wow, your dive was a little short. And I didn't think anything of it, right? Just kind of like, no big deal. Just went, whatever. Later on that day, after all our dives were done, he was still at the dive shop because I think he was doing like his full cave or one of those things. So he was going through classes and stuff. And then he pulls this out. I'm going to share my screen. So this will go on your computer part. So just bear with me for 1 second. So he sits there and goes, yeah, I cut it short because I had something in my wetsuit booty. And I'm like, your wetsuit booty? And I'm like, what? Like rocks? What's in there thinking? And what it was this. Okay, so this is just like to give you a little size perspective.
Oh my gosh.
This is a scorpion. There's a blurry picture. Here's a nice clear one.
Oh my gosh.
It is at least the size of a business card.
Yeah.
This was in his wetsuit booty. He dove for like an hour with this thing in his wetsuit booty. And I'm like freaking out at the dive shop going, so did it sting you? It was, oh yeah, at least 2 or 3 times. I'm like, aren't you supposed to go to the hospital now? So I'm like going, I know that they're supposed to be like kind of deadly, I think. And I'm like, maybe I don't know something, but this guy's walking around not thinking too much of a big deal. I'm like going, he goes, yeah, it was like a bee sting. I'm like, still, doesn't it like inject poison into you? Shouldn't you be like going to the hospital? And he's like, nah, I think I'm okay. And I'm like, he was a big guy. So maybe it's just that, body mass, blood to the amount of poison that was injected. But he was like walking around and he's still doing the classroom afterwards. And I'm like, and he walks this thing around. I'm like going, holy crap. And I go, where was your stuff? He goes, oh, I was storing it right over there. Needless to say, after that point, the only thing I kept there were like fins, basic things. I took my dry suit with me back to where I was staying after that. And then I always inverted. And then before I put everything on, I'm like shaking it. I'm like going, I do not want that inside my dry suit. No. I'm just like, I'm picturing not just inside my booty where he like squished it and got stung a few times while he in the process of getting killed. By the way, it got him on the inside of his instep. Oh. Oof. So, yeah. So, wow. So to me, it's more like beware of the critters that you may not be aware of that are crawling around on your stuff at night. I mean, it's bad enough that I always had this like, so this is where I was going. Maybe it's not scary stories, but it's more like Jack's little new phobias are popping up everywhere that I didn't know I had.